Hi and welcome to the Lunch Break Gardener. So this is my first experience of growing leeks. These are winter hardy leeks, so they should be able to endure a frost. So you could leave them in the ground over December, possibly into January, without them being damaged, so you can pick them whenever you like. So let's crack on and let's see how I got on. So these are the seeds. If you want seeds from your leeks, you need to grow them over 2 years, but if you're growing them to cultivate them, they are annuals. So I'm just going to plant them in this little cultivation tray and water them. I'm then going to set a date in my phone to come back to them and see how they're getting on, roughly about 10 to 15 days. So here we are 2 weeks later, and as you can see they've all shot up, so I'm ready to plant them on into bigger pots. And there are 2 reasons really why I do this. One, to make sure that of their survival, and secondly because I still have potatoes growing where I want to put them, and they are great for following potatoes. So here they are all potted on. I'm going to give them a quick water and pop them back on the greenhouse windowsill. 2 weeks later, I've dug up my potatoes and I've dug in some blood, fish and bone, and I'm ready to plant out my leeks. So I'm planting my leeks on a level playing field as such. I'm not digging trenches. This will make my leeks shorter and stumpier. If you grow your leeks in trenches, they generally tend to be taller. So I'm just going to give them a quick water. They absolutely love water, I found. They start to droop without water, and immediately you water them and they spring back up again. So here we are about 2 months later, and look how substantial they look. I could barely see them in the ground when I was watering them, and they do grow quite quickly and quite substantially. So now is the time to blanch my leeks. So what blanching does is takes the colour out of them at the bottom, and by taking the colour out of them it also reduces the onion pungency of a leek. It makes it a milder tasting vegetable. So there are 2 ways to blanch the leeks. You can very carefully dig them up, protecting their roots, and using a dibber put them in a deeper hole so that they're about 4 inches into the ground. Or you can do like what I've done, clump the top leaves together and build up soil around the base. Just be careful not to get any soil in between the leaves. So now it's December, we're 1 week into December, and I'm going to be digging up all my leeks at the same time because I want to make batches of soup. But you could leave them in there and just dig them up whenever you want, because don't forget this is a winter hardy variety and it's not affected by frost. So you can harvest leeks between 25 and 40 weeks, so they have quite a long growing period. And to harvest them, I pop a fork underneath them and push them up, pretty much in the same way that I did with my onions and my garlic. So I was really pleased with these leeks. They tasted a lot better than what I thought, but that is generally the case with homegrown vegetables. It tastes different. I was a little bit disappointed about the size of them initially, but actually they went really far. But next year I will try to plant them in trenches to see what kind of a difference that makes. So this is what I've ended up with, a bumper crop of leeks. I was really impressed with, a low maintenance vegetable, easy to grow. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and do subscribe. It really helps the channel, and I'll see you next time on the Lunch Break Gardener.